Hi, Genki Call here with Invasion for the weekend of March 31st, 2023. I am feeling a little salty about this event because we've got nothing to work with and it is irritating. So, first, let's go into the shop and show you what you can get if you get up to tier 3. You can get the Wallhack, or you will get the Wallhack if you purchase up to tier 3. This is one of the splody weapons, which I love. This explodes red gems and, the regular grant a status effect and summon. It uses blue and brown. This is very unusual for the explody weapon, so that is awesome. We love that. We as in me. But the upgrades are really nothing significant. You get a little bleed in there, and you drain 3 mana from the first enemy when you cast. It's just nothing really special as far as the upgrades go. As far as the troops, we have orcs. We have orcs, and that means we don't have much to work with. Let me show you. Bum, 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 bum. So from the shop, you could get anything that you see here. Gargantor, Shade of Zorn, both pretty crappy mythics. Good to have. Very, very good to have. Oh, Pyrophemus. I don't own it, but yeah. Here's the thing. Here's why I'm feeling salty. There is not a single troop that does damage to more than one enemy. Not one. There is a single troop that does mana gen, unless you count first mate Axelubber, who's a mana converter, but there's no splody troops, there's no destroy troops, except for one, and that is this guy, which we're not using on this particular team. And it's not a great amount of, of all right. So anyway, this is a team. The first 3 teams are for people that don't have legendaries. We've got the orc. It's like the lowest rarity that you can get. It's a common. He gains attack, transforms green gems to brown, and enrages. The enrage makes him do extra damage with skulls. And plus he's going to get extra damage off of that anyway. He has a little skull damage reduction, bonus red mana from rev gen matches. Instead of using Cyclops here, you could look at this. We do have some empowers here. Oops. So we have 2 skull spammers here that you could put on here instead. Although if you're gonna do that, I do. No, it's mana blocked either way. Tricknala is what you'd have to go for. You'd have to change the banner, but you could totally do this instead to really work with that extra attack you get up there. But yeah, for the early levels, actually, I recommend doing no. I had it this way because mana blocked. So I don't love this. These troops. Cyclops does damage to an enemy boosted by his attack. So whatever your magic is, +3, plus your attack. So, I mean, for me, it's a significant amount of damage. That's a pretty nice poke right there, off of a very low rarity troop. Then we've got the Black Manacles. I know that you're going to have this, provided that you've been playing a little while, because you just have to get your brown and purple mana mastery up, and you will get this for free. It has a chance to devour until you face the invasion towers. The towers cannot be devoured. You can't put any status effects on them. The Essence of Evil will do nothing to them. None of that's going to work, but you could get a devour on the early levels before you start facing those towers. And then first mate Axelubber, he's going to convert blue gems to red, and the bleed really doesn't matter, but blue gems to red, which will feed this, and then this transforming green gems to brown. Wait, are these? Yeah, right. Green gems to brown is going to feed these two. So that's the synergy I'm going for here. Let's give it a try and I'm not happy. Not happy. All right, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. And let's see, this is blue gems to red. We don't have alignment exactly, but I'm going to go ahead and cast it. Meow. Um, this guy is going to take green gems to brown. So, I mean, eh, it's just all too slow and annoying. So, yeah, I did not look for alignment there. I'm just kind of casting. I'm, Rah. I don't know what else to say about this event, guys. Seriously. And uh now the next team, if you have the Orb of Winter, it's going to help. This is a little better. Orb of Winter is the Frost Mage class weapon, and the nice thing about this weapon is that it self-enchants if you have it fully traded. Love that. It does damage to all enemies, and I'm not using Frost Mage, but you get the freeze from Elementalist from getting Match Force, so it can get a boost off of the Elementalist class. Most of these, all but one of these teams is using Elementalist class just for safety, but it doesn't make it the best class. Eh. All right, Gor'Thrum. Destroy a column, explode 2 random gems for every yellow gem destroyed. So you want to be sure, and when you destroy a column, that you try to hit some yellow gems in there. Then, because this is the only mana gen you're going to have. Now, again, this is for the lower levels. We don't have our Siegebreaker on this team. Next up is Bugbear. This guy is going to do damage to an enemy boosted by their missing life, and he gets an extra turn, so, um, yeah. It's a 2-to-1 ratio. If they're missing 10 life, it'll do an extra 5 damage. If they're missing 100 life, it'll do an extra 50 damage, so... and then again, the Cyclops, because it'll hit nicely. I really, really like my AoE troops. I want my AoE troops. And later on, you're going to have a weapon um, that's going to strip off the armor, like Mang, like Rope Dart, something to strip off the armor before you cast with your Siegebreaker, if you're going higher in here, but I really like to do these lower levels fast. I want to do it fast. All right, I want to cast this just to see. So the max is 2 that we can hit here. Let's see what kind of mana gen we can get here. Well, that's not too bad. All right. Yeah. We'll just hit a couple things here and we'll have the Orb of Winter take out the rest. I mean, I'll be depending on the Orb of Winter for a while. As long as I can get away with it, I'm going to be running with the Orb of Winter personally, and then we'll switch it out later. Next up, for the higher levels for people that don't have legendaries, not that the legendaries are going to be a huge help, but Mang, 2 Vor'Karns, the Siegebreaker, and Gor'Thrum. Now, if you don't know what I'm talking about with the Siegebreaker, they do 3 to 5 times damage to the towers, which is what we're fighting later on in this event. 3 times if at the base rarity, 4 times at legendary, and if you have ascended to mythic, you get 5 times the damage on here and on the skulls. So again, it's running with Elementalist. Again, we've got Gor'Thrum for mana gen, but this will be good for later on. I really don't want to show it because it's going to be so slow. There's no point in me stripping off armor at this point. There's no point in having Vor'Karn early on because there's no towers yet. So, let me show you the next team. Edit, manage, paste. So, almost the same thing for the earlier levels, or, before you need 2 Vor'Karns. You can throw Fel'Dras in there, and Fel'Dras on the higher levels, she hits hard. She scales with the enemy, and so that's cool. We like that. Another that scales with the enemy is here, Solzara. Solzara is another that hits really hard. If they have life greater than her, she does triple damage. Plus, you get some souls. And she's a necromancer, so you can do it that way. But yeah, I'll go ahead and show this team, even though we don't have any towers that we're fighting yet. Meh. So Fel'Dras at this low, low level, it's boosted off of the enemy's magic. There's so little magic that it's only +5 right now, but on the higher levels, it's going to be super nice. I'm just going to take them out with this, and then I'm going to show you the last team. Oh my gosh, the last team is just exactly the same as this one. Well, no, it's not. It is, but it isn't. So the last team is using it with Mang, and then replace Fel'Dras with another Vor'Karn um, for the higher levels when you need that extra damage. But that's it. That's all I've got for you. I am so uninspired with these teams, man. Meh. By the way, you can use, instead of Orb of Winter, you can always go for something like Dancing Daggers if you have it. It's another class weapon. This one is for Dervish, I think? Dervish. Damage to all enemies, knocks them around and stuff. Anyway. Alright, guys, that's what I've got for you. Let me know if you were inspired and created a great team. Let me know what you're thinking about the event. Say hi. Just give me some comments. I'd love to hear from you. Anyway, have a great day. I hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you folks soon. Bye!